In the previous modules, we covered the core concepts of property valuation and worked through several Arizona-style exam questions. Now let's review memory tools and common exam traps related to appraisal methods and valuation terminology. Understanding these shortcuts can help you answer appraisal questions faster and avoid common mistakes on the Arizona real estate exam. Let's begin with a quick way to remember the three appraisal approaches. The three approaches are sales comparison approach, cost approach, income approach. A simple way to recognize them on the exam is to focus on what information the question emphasizes. If the question discusses comparable property sales, the correct answer is likely the sales comparison approach. If the question focuses on construction costs or replacement costs, the correct answer is likely the cost approach. If the question emphasizes rental income or investment returns, the correct answer is likely the income approach. Another concept that often appears on the exam is the difference between market value and assessed value. Market value represents the most probable price a property would sell for in the open market. Assessed value is the value assigned by a local government for property tax purposes. These two values are often different, and exam questions sometimes test whether you can recognize that difference. Now let's review another common exam trap: the difference between a comparative market analysis, or CMA, and an appraisal. A CMA is typically prepared by a real estate agent or broker to estimate a property's market value based on comparable sales. An appraisal, however, is performed by a licensed appraiser and is often required by lenders during the mortgage process. The exam may try to confuse these two roles. Remember this simple rule: agents prepare CMAs, appraisers perform appraisals. Another important valuation concept is depreciation. Depreciation refers to the loss in value of a property over time. Depreciation can result from physical wear and tear, functional issues with the property design, or external factors such as changes in the surrounding neighborhood. Finally, let's return to the concept of highest and best use. Highest and best use refers to the most profitable legal use of a property. To qualify as the highest and best use, the potential use must be legally permitted, physically possible, financially feasible, and maximally productive. Here's an important exam strategy. When answering valuation questions, first identify what information the question emphasizes. Is it comparable sales, construction costs, or income from the property? Once you identify the type of information being used, the correct appraisal approach becomes much easier to recognize. Understanding valuation concepts will help you navigate both the Arizona real estate licensing exam and real-world property analysis. In the next section of Property Professor's AZ Real Estate Exam Series, we'll move into land descriptions, where we'll discuss how real estate professionals legally describe property boundaries. If you're serious about becoming a licensed real estate agent in Arizona and want mentorship beyond just passing the exam, connect with me. I'm building a team of well-trained professionals who want to build their careers the right way.